Mike Gill in the Matt Black Kia studios, and I'm joined right now by a couple of WWE superstars. WWE Live is tonight at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City. The Mark G. Edis Arena is bringing the WWE to town. And with me in the studio, Luke Gallows, Karl Anderson. They are here, and they are ready to entertain tonight. Fellas, what's going on?
Mike, thanks for having us, man. We are pumped to be in Atlantic City. We rolled in last night to the beautifully renovated Hard Rock Hotel and Casino where we'll perform live tonight, and it's been awesome. We got a big card tonight, and we're pumped to be back in Atlantic City.
Yeah, and I understand on your way here you had a little car trouble. They always want to keep you in Atlantic City. You can't get out of the city, man.
Yeah, we had a little car trouble for the Good Brothers, but you know, we like always we fight through.
We welcome stuff like that. It's no problem. We're
very
here,
apropos.
We're used to adversity. kind of part of our MO.
It's our niche.
Real quick, so Hard Rock, brand new, man. We were at the opening show. We were there day one, refurbished, all redone. You guys stayed there last night?
We stayed there last night, and like I said when I walked in, that we had an early morning this morning, so that was what made us relax and realize we just had to go to bed.
Because it looked like way too much fun.
There was bands playing, there was music playing,
the bars were rocking, everybody was going
nuts. And that's just on a Sunday night.
Yeah, it looked like a great time.
And our brother nose was going off. Just going, the
brother meter was ticking high.
Well, last night was a big night for the company, SummerSlam up in Brooklyn. And obviously that's probably, the second biggest show of the year? It's right on par with – it's almost like WrestleMania now, man.
It's the biggest party of the summer, and it continues tonight live in Atlantic City, man. We got AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. We got a triple threat match for the United States Championship. Jeff Hardy, the charismatic Enigma, versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus the Viper, Randy Orton. We got Charlotte Flair versus Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Championship. We have the one and only Abs, if you will, Anderson, Karl Anderson.
That's me.
Managed by the man who will be exercising his managerial license tonight in Atlantic City, Luke Gallows, standing on the floor, versus Big Luke Harper tonight live. All your favorite SmackDown superstars will be there. The Usos, Rusev, The Bar, Becky Lynch, New Day, Naomi, Ty Dillinger, The Perfect 10, and many, many more. Tickets start at just $25. Ticketmaster.com. Come to the box office. Come see us live. We will not disappoint. Especially me. I'm going to be managing my little butt off.
You're in singles action.
There you go. I am. You know, I love singles action. I love being a singles wrestler. I've done it a lot of times in my career.
I love watching you from the floor.
Yeah, and I like when he's out there too. But we've been primarily a tag team. Especially since we've come to the WWE, and it'd be nice to start getting some more single stuff on WWE television.
Well, there you have it, a surprising revelation by Karl Anderson here this morning. I think I'm getting phased out, guys.
By himself.
Unlike some people in our careers, I don't want to just shun him off to the side. I'd love him to be with me at all times, but I do want to do some single things.
Well, last night you mentioned some of the guys who'll be on the card tonight. We saw AJ smashing chairs over Joe's head last night. We saw a little.
I feel like that's going to continue tonight because we know those two guys personally, and that fight is not over by any means. It won't be over until they both retire.
Blood last night. That's like you can't even say that. But AJ was bleeding from the head last night.
Wow.
Yeah, those are two
rubber gloves either.
Highly competitive guys, and they're going to bring it, man.
Yeah.
It's entertainment. We're all having a great time, but those two guys are going hard.
Should be interesting to see what happens. Charlotte and Becky last night had a little skirmish afterwards,
Absolutely.
a little turn.
We run to the ring.
Who's helping who?
We were under the ring.
That's right. I saw that.
Hanging out.
Don't forget WWE Live tonight in Atlantic City at the Hard Rock. Gallows and Anderson. So, all right, one thing that got to give us a little insight on a day in the life of a WWE superstar, because we read all the time. We're always away from our families. You're never home. So you wake up. This is what you do. You're here, there, where.
Here's a really good schedule. For example, Saturday mornings we fly out. We fly into a city. We'll work out, we'll wrestle, and we'll drive to the next city.
On Saturday you wrestle?
Yeah, on Saturday.
Yep.
Saturday night we go to sleep. We drive 2 or 3 hours, we sleep. Sunday, wake up, work out, wrestle, drive 2 or 3 more hours, sleep. Monday, wake up, work out, wrestle, drive 2 or 3 more hours.
So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you're doing non-televised events.
Right.
WWE Live
You're
events.
making it sound so monotonous.
Hold on. And then SmackDown live to the world on USA, 8 to 10 p.m. But then on Wednesdays, we fly home, and we're home all day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at home with our kids.
That's when we push our super dad button and we show up and we just start kicking butt on home.
So I'm home in Japan. I was in Japan for 8 years.
That's
so
right.
I'd be gone for a month sometimes.
The two of you were in Japan for a while ago.
The schedule's a lot better for us, as fathers and family men and stuff.
Over
like
there
that.
or here?
No,
Here.
here.
I was gonna say.
Because
I
over
get
there,
to-
like you said, we'd be gone for a month at a time sometimes, and when you're raising little kids, it's really hard.
I get to see my kids every week, and
This is a breath of
everything's
fresh
been good.
air.
It's much, much better.
Yeah. Now, talk a little bit about how you two guys kind of formed. That many people will recognize you as, Bullet Club days over in Japan for all that time, and people were like yearning for you to get back over here.
Yeah, they brought Gallows over, and I think they just threw us together to see if it would work. And
I don't think he wanted me at first, but then he warmed up to it real quick. It was like that Will Ferrell movie where after the first night we're like, did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
And then we've been together
When
ever
you
since.
got to Japan.
Yes.
Yeah. I knew he was coming, and I was excited he was coming. I've always heard good things about him, but I never met him. We'd met, but we never
In
hung out at all.
passing, yeah, that was it.
They brought him over there, and they put us together as a tag team, and we won our first tag league championship on our first tour, and we realized we were buddies, and we clicked, and got a big push in the club, and
Came back and won the titles in the Tokyo Dome, and the rest is history.
Yeah, now that's got to be an odd life living when you're like, I was in West Virginia and you grew up around that area, right?
Mhm.
I was in there for
Fairmont
college for like 5 years. I'd be walking around the streets of West Virginia like, what am I doing here? I'm a guy from Atlantic City,
Right.
so I'm like walking around like, am I really here doing this? I'm like, is my day-to-day this? Like,
Yeah.
You're in Japan for 8 years. You ever just stop when you're walking down the street like, this is my life right now?
Oh yeah, a couple times. I was there with Finn Balor for 5 of those years.
He wasn't there last night, but the Demon was.
The Demon was,
Demon.
yes. He we used to go into Shibuya sometimes, real big city part of Tokyo. We would look around sometimes and I remember saying that to each other. It's just weird that we're here.
Yeah.
It's such a sweet city.
It's a great culture, great food. We missed Japan.
Yeah, we missed it a lot.
Just the schedule was hard.
I would imagine that how long did it take you to kind of, get acclimated to just being like a professional football player, a lot of or baseball, anybody, a free agent that changes teams. One of the hardest things that first year is just driving from where they live and getting that routine to get to the
Adaptation,
stadium.
man. That's
I remember
nature of
after
our game.
after a show one time in Tokyo, we came back and they had this soup that they cooked called chanko, and that was all that was to eat. And man, I'd been there for about 6 months, and I just really wanted McDonald's bad. So but I got to where I got used to eating that chanko soup, and I liked it a lot. But it took me probably a year to really, really, really come together with being such a culture shock.
And oddly, you missed Chonko because when we were just in Japan, we went and ate it at the dojo.
Yeah, no, I miss it bad now. But
Well, one day.
Yeah, someday.
Maybe they have it up at the Hard Rock somewhere. One of
I'm
those
sure
places.
they do. Looking at the variety of restaurants and stuff they got in that place, we can
These
find
guys,
some Chonko.
Gallows and Anderson, they will be at the Hard Rock for WWE Live tonight. But besides the two of you together, what was maybe it wasn't together, but I assume you guys have a good time working together. Yeah. Do you have a favorite time frame in your careers, a character that you played?
Yeah, go ahead.
We both remember finally, I was talking about this yesterday. We didn't know coming to the WWE because there was the buzz of the club or whatever you want to call it coming in, but we were like, is that just like these smarter fans on the internet? Are they gonna react? And when we jumped the barricade at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, and when we heard the response when we dropped the Usos, we knew that, hey, this is a thing and it's going to work. And that was a real special night because for me it was coming back. For him it was his first time.
Yeah.
And the reception we got is always special to us, I think.
Yeah, no, debuting in the WWE was something I thought about since I was a kid, But debuting in New Japan was something I dreamed about once I got to training and wrestling when I was 22 years old. I wanted to go to Japan, so debuting there in Nagoya, Japan was really cool too.
Yeah, and that's in like today's world. I mean, back then it was like, WWE, that was it. Now it seems like there are a lot of options, and obviously WWE is way at the top.
Absolutely.
But you guys have really bounced all over the place and has shown that, obviously, you can make a living doing this in other areas, but you're at the top of the game right now. I mean, this is it. This is the cream of the crop. You guys are in town, Atlantic City tonight. Where is SmackDown tomorrow?
We're back in Brooklyn,
Back
New
at the
York.
Barclays Center, man. Yeah, there's
that's
still
right.
some tickets available.
That's crazy.
From
Just think
SmackDown
about
Live.
that. selling out Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That place. It's crazy, isn't it?
WWE, baby.
It's the top of the game, man. Like you just said, it's a great time to be a performer, but it's also a great time to be a fan. The WWE universe, I feel like, gets more bang for their buck than ever because these guys are more agile, they're more athletic, they're taking the game to new heights, and just like the show you saw last night, I mean,
It was a great show.
yeah,
Long day.
It's a long day,
Long week.
It's a long week.
but it's a lot of entertainment. And
I'll tell you, they do a great job. Saturday night, the NXT show was
Yeah.
outstanding. Last night, those guys did a great job. To be back right at it again tonight, and then you guys doing this show tonight in Atlantic City, and then being live tomorrow. I don't know how you do it. Your body's holding up?
Feel great. Best shape of my life.
we knocked on wood earlier. We'll knock again. We're good right now.
Right now, what stories are your favorite that you're following
Stories in
in WWE? Which storylines are you enjoying watching right now?
We're probably personally the most vested in the Samoa Joe AJ Styles story because we both personally know those guys. We're both friendly with those guys, close with those guys. But AJ Styles has more competitive spirit in his body than maybe anybody in sports, and he wants to go out there and kick Samoa Joe's butt every night, and he wants to make Samoa Joe hustle, and Joe doesn't take kindly to that. So when you see these two guys go at it, I mean, that's as physical as it's going to get. It's tight, and it's tight for a reason.
You know, I've got 4 sons, and so when you asked about stories, I'm thinking, you know, which Winnie the Pooh or talking about.
I got you. Well, it was last night was a great night, as you said. We'll see what carries over tonight.
Sure.
At Atlantic City, WWE is live at the Mark Edis Arena now.
This is
pretty interesting. This place just opened back up, and this arena, they had live boxing in there last
we were
2 weeks
looking at
ago.
all the events that have been here and that are coming, and for us to be on the bill with that's exciting stuff, man. What a beautiful facility, and like we were saying,
It's really cool.
We
For an
were
event
so
like this.
tempted
Yeah.
to go out and have a great time, but we didn't. We knew we had to be here this morning.
Yep.
But I could see how you could be tied up in that.
Well, I know I'll be there tonight. I know we're expecting a good crowd tonight at WWE Live in Atlantic City. It is the Hard Rock. Gallows and Anderson have been my guests inside the Matt Black Kia Studios. Run down the card. You got the card sheet there.
I got
for
the
us
card
one more
right in
time.
front of me. We got a huge main event. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the
There we
WWE
go.
Championship. We got Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus
By the way, Jeff Hardy, how old is he, man?
He's
To be able to do
He
what
started
he's
wrestling
still
when
doing.
he was 7, so
He
he's
is
about 35.
unbelievable, man.
him and Matt Hardy are very rich.
Well, there's that.
He was in rare form last night, man. He was in rare form.
He's
That's
incredible.
another guy that will always give you 100%, whether it's 5 people or 50,000. Jeff Hardy is there to do it.
He's on the card tonight.
He's on the card tonight. Triple threat match for the United States Championship. Jeff Hardy, Shinsuke Nakamura versus the Viper, Randy Orton. We also have the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair taking on Carmella Anderson with Gallows versus Big
Yeah.
Luke Harper from the Bludgeon Brothers. Still your SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, plus all your favorite SmackDown Live superstars. The Usos will be there. Rusev Day, The Bar, Becky Lynch, New Day, Naomi, The Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, many, many more. Tickets start at just $25. Go on Ticketmaster.com or come on down to the box office, and we will see you tonight. WWE Live, baby.
Looking forward to it.
There you
Guys,
go.
it was great to have you in the studio.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us,
for
man.
having us, man.
Appreciate
Gallows
it.
and Anderson here live on the Sports Bash.